I'm here to answer any questions, any business questions, Shopify questions, website questions, TikTok questions, any questions. I've seen that keyboard. Yes, it's from Amazon. I need to get another one because my F key came off, but I really like it. It's also on my Amazon storefront. And it might also currently be on sale. It's not a $5,000 keyboard. It was like $28. And I got this one for Christmas. Yeah. But I need to get another one. But if it looks similar to a $5,000 keyboard, then dupe. Hey, Harlow Boutique, how do I get traffic to my Shopify? That is a loaded question. That's everybody's age-old question. Can y'all hear me okay? I usually have my tripod thing, but I don't have it with me right now. So I hope y'all can hear me okay. If you're not already, definitely be posting to your social medias. I know people say that all the time, and they're like, well, what does that mean? But especially here on TikTok, even if you don't have a lot of followers, even if you don't consistently get views or likes or traffic to your website from there, I can check my sales. Okay, I'll go over that too. But yeah, even if on TikTok you don't have that many followers, or you think that not that many people are going to see your stuff, still continuously post, like consistently. I was posting consistently on here a long time before I ever started getting traffic to my website and customers who wanted my services. But with TikTok, you can literally have one video get to the right people, and then that is like the start of getting consistent traffic to your website. But also think about who your target audience is and what social media platform they might be using. So if your platform, or if your target audience is people in their 20s and 30s, any gender, maybe that'll be TikTok. If your audience is a little bit older, if your product is geared toward more moms or grandparents or parents or things like that, maybe you want to look into Facebook. And so there's lots of different questions like that that give a different answer. Lots of different ways. And then for getting traffic but no sales, I would take a look at your analytics. If you go into your Shopify account and look at your analytics, it will tell you what page most people leave your website on. It'll tell you, like, you know, the number of people who land on a certain page, and then what page they're on when they leave, or what the most amount of people page they're on before they leave. And then you can take a look at that page. If it is like, if they get to the checkout and they're going to purchase, then you might need, and if they're going to purchase and they get to your shipping and then they leave, that might be a hint that maybe you need to lower your shipping rates. Maybe it's something's wrong and it's drawing the wrong number for shipping and it's making it crazy high. Maybe it's on your product page. Maybe something in the coding of your website is messed up and people can't see the add to cart button. I've seen that before, where people are like, I don't know why I'm not getting any sales. I've got tons of traffic and tons of customers, but nobody's buying anything. And I went to look at their product page and something was messed up in the color of their buttons, and they just couldn't see the add to cart button. Do you know of a free app in Shopify for scheduling appointments? There's not. I see what you're saying. In the Shopify App Store. I have worked with before. I can't remember what it's called. Let me look it up. But there's also several. If you just type in, if you go into the App Store and you type in scheduling appointments, appointment booking, you'll be able to scroll through and look at reviews and look at the free ones. If I can get this to load. I want to say it was called like Appointmently. Calendly. Okay, while that's loading. Hey, Dress and Camille Boutique. Give me quick details on what exactly you help people with. So I'm a Shopify web designer and Shopify assistant. That's what I just kind of say my title is. I help people, but I also help with other website design as well, not just specifically Shopify, but Shopify is mainly what I work with. But I assist people with creating their websites on Shopify. I've noticed most web designers they just kind of design the website and design the layout. But I was noticing after I had my own small business that the big part of having an e-commerce website like Shopify was adding the products, figuring out how everything works, figuring out the navigation, where to put everything. And so I started offering to do that for other business owners because I thought, that's something that I'm interested in, that I enjoy doing. I know it's something that other people do not like and that they just don't have time for, and they don't have time to figure everything out and then add everything because it's complicated. There's always new stuff coming. And so I just kind of wanted to be the person to take that off people's plate and and do that for people because I know how tasking it can be, because most of the people I work with have different 9-to-5 jobs, and then they're just doing their business on the side at nighttime, or they're a mom. They can only work on their business after their kids go to bed. And so I wanted to make it so people can focus on creating their product, packaging it up, and shipping it, and not have to worry about the behind the scenes website stuff that takes a long time. But so I can build full websites. I can work on an existing website that you already have. I can just add, if you have like tasks that need to be done that you don't have the time or know how to do, I can do that. Buddy, what are you whining for? What is it? Is it because I'm talking not to you? My doggy wants some attention. Quit it. But so yeah. But I feel like the one I've worked with before was called Calendly, like calendar, but L-Y. Come in here. Come here. Go lay down. Okay, is there a way to check to see if your SEO listings are working? I don't get traffic to my site. So basically, SEO is a very broad term. It basically, there is no like one magic solution to SEO. It's a lot of things combined, and I saw it explained to me, and that this is a great way to think of it. It's basically like, if you don't have any SEO on your website, which is search engine optimization, which search engine optimization basically just makes it so the Google robots, like Google is a search engine, so any other search engine, they constantly have these robots that are searching the entire internet and connecting somebody's search engine search. So if you search on Google, those robots are working to connect that search with an image or an article or something else on the internet that can tie those two together and go to that person's search and solve their problems, whatever they're searching for. And so search engine optimization on your website helps to get your stuff connected to these people's search. So if they search for 4th of July t-shirt, you want to be in those results as something that they can see. And so, okay, I'm going to the App Store. And so doing search engine optimization is not an easy fix, because obviously if you search 4th of July t-shirt on Google, there's going to be millions and millions of results, and yours could show up in that. But since there are millions and millions of results, it's less likely for that person to, click on yours, unless yours is, a very specific thing that they're looking for. So basically it's like, so the way that it was explained to me, and that makes a lot of sense, is having search engine optimization stuff on your store is basically like opening a garage door so that people can see what's inside. Not that that doesn't guarantee that they're going to walk inside the garage, or think of it like a gate being open so they can see what's inside. Not that they're going to walk in or actually go through the gate, but that they can at least see what is there. So there's not really a way to see if it's working, because it basically would be like, I mean, you could search for your kind of products on Google and see what comes up. Depending on what it is, if it's a very saturated market, if there's lots of things that are going to be in that, that's not always a good representation of whether your SEO is working or not. Because there's no way that anybody could just do enough SEO that gets their product to the top of Google unless you just have lots of customers buying that product, people promoting it. So it's hard to check if they're working. But the things that I do that I'm on the appointment booking apps, I'll go over them in a second. Things that I recommend or things that I do on a website for SEO are adding alternate image tags to all of your pictures. So it's basically any of your product pictures, typing in that alternate image description, what is in the image. So if you are selling a 4th of July t-shirt, but your image does not say 4th of July t-shirt in the image description, Google is not going to know that you sell a 4th of July t-shirt. So when you put it in the alternate image description text, it is able, those search engine robots are able to see, oh, this picture contains an image of a 4th of July t-shirt, because otherwise search engine robots don't like see pictures. They don't like know what the image is unless it has that description in it. So that is one way, one thing I do for SEO. But again, there's really not a way to like see if they're working, because SEO is just such like a broad thing. There's tons of different strategies you could do. Doing those alternate image tags is just one of them, but okay, let me go down. Sorry, that was a long explanation of SEO. But I could talk forever about it because it never ends. There's tons of stuff about it. There's lots of articles. There's even Shopify articles. You could look up SEO on Shopify websites, and it will go through those things like adding the alternate image tags, adding the alternate image text on all of your pictures. Make sure you have in your website preferences, make sure your website name is there, and go through your product listings and make sure that your product listings are good for SEO and that it represents something that somebody would search on Google. So like if you on your whole website, if you only sell t-shirts and each of your product listings just says Christmas, if you're selling a Christmas t-shirt and it just says Christmas, 4th of July, that's not good for SEO. You want it to say, if it's if it says Merry Christmas with a Christmas tree, you want to put Merry Christmas t-shirt, Christmas tree t-shirt, 4th of July t-shirt, sweatshirt, what it is. You don't, thinking about those product listing titles as well too. And in the description, adding keywords that are similar to what somebody would search on Google, adding that in the description as well is good for SEO too. What is the alt text that you're talking about? So basically, okay, well, before I forget about this, I hope she's still here, about these appointment booking apps. So let's see. I'm going to go to a 5-star one. Appointly, yes, there's an Appointly, and then there's Calendly. Let's see, Appointly has a free plan available. It's got 4.9 stars. That one looks like a good option. It's called, let me flip this, Appointly, and it's this little calendar picture. It's got a free plan. They have a 14-day free trial, so you can try it for 14 days before you decide you like it. The free plan includes all of these things. It's got good reviews overall. So yeah, that looks like a good one. Yeah, so I just searched appointment booking, and all of these options came up. I've worked with this one too, I think, the calendar, Pointly, Sesame. I've worked with this one too. This one I do not think is free. Yeah, from $19 a month, but this one is a really good one. But so yeah. Sometimes it just takes like going through, looking for what you want specifically and looking for the features that are specific to you and your needs. Okay, alt text. So basically, let me go in my Shopify here. I don't have my tripod today. I'll just have to. Okay, so here are my products. If I click on a product, and this is just my test Shopify, it's not a real live website. This is just mine for doing tutorials. So I'm in my product listing. I'm going to scroll down here to media and click on my image. And this is where you can add the alternate text. This little button that says write a brief description of the file for people with visual impairment or low bandwidth connections. This is also, yes, so if somebody is visually impaired and they have a device that reads out these descriptions to them, it allows them to know what this image is. Because otherwise people with visual impairments just wouldn't know what the product looks like. But it also is really good for SEO as well. Another thing you can do is, so this just says image 1095. Another thing you can do before you upload your images onto here is to change this image name to, Lake tote bag, monogram tote bag, whatever you prefer. And yes, also adding this alternate text here. Because you're not only allowing people with visual impairments to be able to read what is in the picture, but it also helps search engine optimization and the search engine know what's in your picture so it can show your picture to the people who are searching monogram tote bags, Lake tote bags, whatever it be. Let me flip this back. Okay, cool. I'm glad you saw it. Can you save your live? Yes, I can. I usually save them and post them on my YouTube. I started doing that more recently after I figured out how to do it. Somebody on live told me how to do it. So yes, I have some previous lives on my YouTube as well. And my YouTube channel is at the link in my bio. I think it's at CT Virtual Services. Let's look it up. Or it might be Caroline Thompson Virtual Services. Okay, I'm looking into selling through Shopify, but I'm afraid that there'll be transaction fees for every order you get. Yes, there is transaction fees, but that is going to be the same thing for any website host. That's the standard to have a transaction fee, but Shopify actually does have one of the lowest ones. Let me go back. So on Shopify, their fee, if you have the basic Shopify plan, which is just what I recommend if you're not selling items in person or in a brick and mortar store. If you just have the Shopify basic plan, the transaction fee is 2.9% and 30 cents of every transaction. Which doesn't end up being that much. Etsy is up to 6%, if that puts that into perspective. But it is kind of just, that's one of the things you have to consider when creating your prices. Lots of people work that into their prices, so it's not cutting into their profit too much. So if you're worried about it, you can just, if you have all your prices set for your products, just kind of add 3% to them so you cover that cost. But yes, that is the standard for all website things, unfortunately. Thank you for the heart. That was cute. Okay. Do you consult on the understanding, charging, dealing with sales tax from state to state? I do not work with taxes. I cannot give legal tax advice because I am not a tax advisor or tax specialist, but I usually direct people just to looking at their Secretary of the State website to find out if they do need to charge sales tax and how much, if there's a threshold they have to hit first. Here in North Carolina, it was like, but it's also changed now. I think it was once you hit like $10,000 in profit, then you start charging sales tax, I want to say. Maybe it was lower. I don't know, but I don't really give tax advice. I usually just refer people to look at your state's Secretary of the State website, and you'll be able to find all the tax information you need to there. They usually have a tab that says like opening a business, starting a business, and then under that you'll find like sales tax and any, licenses you need or anything. Hey, Dalton. Thank you for joining. Missing questions. Okay, can you invoice on Shopify just as I do on Square? Yes, you can send an invoice on Shopify. You can create mine won't load. You can create like a draft order. There might be a new way to do it now. I don't usually work with invoices on here, but you can create a draft order and send it to them, I think. So you have to look up each state individually. I see what you're saying. For you don't have to charge sales tax. There should be on the Secretary of State website about online businesses, because you're not having to charge sales tax for your state and the person you're shipping it to. It's kind of different. Shopify also does some of that for you when you set up their tax settings. Let me go to it. But there are Shopify articles about what to do too. Yeah, so in your settings, Shopify settings, under taxes and duties, there's tons of stuff that says, click here to review tax settings, learn more about tax. When I had my business in 2021, it would charge sales tax for my state, and then it would charge a percentage for the county, my county, and the county that the customer lived in. And I wasn't charging, when I was doing it, I just, was kind of doing it here and there, very small. I wasn't up to the threshold in North Carolina to charge the whatever percent of sales tax, but it was taking some kind of something else. But I am not a tax professional. But there's lots of resources through Shopify and in the Shopify tax settings that you can get to that will assist you probably more than I could. What are your thoughts on the BigCommerce website? I've worked with it a little bit. That's actually the first e-commerce host that I worked with. When I worked for a local business here where I live, they were transferring everything from BigCommerce to Shopify. So I worked with it a little bit. Not enough to really know about it now. But Shopify is always my favorite. I feel like the reason they were transferring everything from BigCommerce to Shopify was, I feel like it was like they were paying too much for, but this was also a couple years ago, so it might be different now. For the most part, most e-commerce website hosts get the same thing across. Let me look at their pricing. But I personally just always like Shopify. Oh, I gotta get back to the comments. What if you're a brick and mortar Which plan is best for Shopify? So Shopify, there's the Shopify basic plan, the Shopify plan, and the advanced plan. The Shopify plan, let me go to it. It used to be, it's new pricing started. So I think the Shopify plan, you can get Shopify point of sale. Why is this not loading? Does Shopify create and have a bar scan system? If you have Shopify point of sale, yes. Shopify point of sale is what you need if you plan on selling in person in a store. Yes, so if you have brick and mortar, it looks like you can have the Shopify plan, the middle plan, and not have to get the advanced plan for $400 a month. With the Shopify plan, you get 5 staff accounts. I'm about to sneeze. But you can also brick and mortar, or when I do, they've already got the point of sale set up. I haven't really worked with many when they're starting out with point of sale. But so yes, on the basic Shopify basic plan, you can just add the point of sale. Let me see the pricing for that. Yep, so I went to get the point of sale. I went to online store and then I clicked sales channels, and point of sale was under here in recommended. So I clicked on point of sale, and then it brought up, if it'll load, this, and it looks like it'll ask you some questions about everything that you need and what to get set up for you. Yeah, you got staff, locations. Cool. Okay, flip. Is there an app that I use for more customization options for customers? I talk about this app probably on every single live, and I recommend it to people all the time. It's called Variant Option Product Options. I have a TikTok on it somewhere because I talk about it all the time. I am not like affiliated or sponsored by them, but it is just a really good app that I always recommend to people. It is $9 a month, I think, but for everything it does, it is worth it to me. You can add color swatches. You can also add color swatches in some Shopify themes without having to pay for it, but it's complicated. You have to like code it. You can add color swatches. You can add additional drop downs. So like in Shopify, they only allow you to have 100 variants. So if you have like 20 color options for your t-shirts, and then you have like 5 size options, that gets you to the 100, and it'll only let you have 100. So the variant app lets you have additional variants, additional options for drop downs, buttons, a text box. People can type in their name, their monogram, their customizations, a file upload if you are creating like a portrait or something where you need somebody to upload a picture of something. It does that. There's tons of other stuff. Let me go in and see what it does. Let me show you what it looks like, because there's a bunch of them called the same thing, but the one that is the good one is by Relentless Apps. Here it is. Variant Option Product Options by Relentless Apps. The picture of it is a yellow check mark right there. Let me go look at it on the App Store to show you what it looks like. whoop. This one. Not that one. Not King Product Options. Oh, now they changed the name of it, but it used to be called Variant Option Product Options. This one. Let's see. $9.99 for the basic. But it's a really good app. It does a lot of stuff. All these options. Yeah, there's like the swatches. Text. Yeah, it's a really good app. I talk about it all the time. Because people always ask. And that is the best one that I found. Okay, what's the cheapest option for a startup? Crafted goods and digital images. Like on Shopify? Or a website builder. So actually on Shopify right now, I have it linked in my bio where you can get it too. You can get Shopify you can get a 3-day free trial for any plan, and then for $1 a month for the first 3 months. So you can try it out for 3 months for only $1 when it usually, and you can do it on any plan, the advanced plan, the Shopify plan, or the basic plan. The basic plan is $39 a month. If you pay it monthly and not like the yearly upfront. $39 a month, and you can get it for $1. So that's a good option if you want to try it out, figure out how everything works for only $1. It's linked in my bio where you can sign up. And I don't like get anything from that. I just have it there to make it easy for people. But other than that, the basic package is all you really need. Especially if it's just, you're just doing basic stuff. How do I add a drop down for inspired fragrance oil scents? On regular, just on Shopify, a product listing, I will show you. Hey, Jeanette, I haven't forgot about you. Yep, no problem. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so adding just on like a regular product listing, I will go to add product. I also have tutorials about how to do all of the things that I'm explaining in my Shopify course for beginners. It's also linked in my bio. I'm also going to be kind of like re-updating some of the videos to make it more accurate for the updated version of Shopify. But that is at the link in my bio. I've got tons of tutorials on there of how to do exactly this. So I'm in a product listing. You've added your title, your description, your pictures, your pricing, and you're going to keep scrolling down here past the shipping to variants. Here is where you can add a drop down. So you want it to be inspired fragrance oil scents. Okay, let me put this down so I can type that. Inspired fragrance oil scents. Okay. There we go. So this will be the title of it. And then in the option values will be your scents. So like apple, I don't know what the options are. Jasmine, vanilla, you know, whatever your options are. Then once you click done, I'm just going to make this test. I'm going to just add in a random price so I can show you what it looks like on the website. Let me make sure it's going to be tagged. Thank you for the heart again. I'm going to tag that under candles. Just making it so it'll show up on the website so I can show it to you. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to go to my online store. Shop. Oh, and earlier somebody asked if I do website audits. Yes, I do. I just remembered about that. Well, where did I put it? Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna have to. This is just my website for tutorials, so I can never remember what is what. Awesome. That's a great Mother's Day gift, HeatPress. Yes, I do make websites. I specifically usually work with Shopify, but I can work with other ones. I can make websites, work with websites that are already existing, updates, anything like that. Now it's not loading. Okay, but that is how you add a drop down to where on your product it'll show up. Here we go. As a drop down that they can choose from. How much are they and where to book for the audits? I'm trying to think. For a little while, I was doing free audits over on TikTok Live. But I won't be back in my real office for another week. I'm trying to think of the best option. But so on my website, if you look, I do a $10 website audit. But if you sign up for website edits with me, if you would like me to actually edit things on your website, I include a website audit for free. And you can book at the link in my bio. You can click the link and then click contact me. And there's a button you can click that says website audits. Okay. Now it loaded for me to show you this drop down. Here it is. Glare. But so this, it just tests, your picture would show up, and your product name and the price and whatever. But so this is what the drop down looks like. I hope that was helpful. And again, I've got tutorials on everything that you need to do for your Shopify website in my Shopify course for beginners. It's only $30. I try to keep it affordable for everybody. It literally basically just covers the cost of the software I use to create it. So yeah, that's it. Link in my bio as well. I run my small business through Facebook, and I just have a vision of a website that I want, but don't have the patience to make it. That is exactly the kind of people I work with. I was explaining earlier kind of what I do, but the link's not working. In my TikTok bio, it's CT Virtual Services. But my link should be working. I thought I just clicked on it earlier. But what I was saying, I basically I work with people because I want to take that off their plate, business owners, because I know most of the time the people I work with have other jobs outside of this. And so I want them to be able to focus on like creating the product, doing the fun stuff, and then I can take the website stuff off of their plate. Let me see. Yeah, if the link's not working, you should be able to go to YouTube and search CT Virtual Services, and it should come up. Mine is loading. Okay. Did you click the links like at the top? That YouTube link didn't work? It sure didn't for me either. Let me go in and fix it. Thank you. That's weird. Yeah, that was weird. And of course, now that I'm on live, my computer is not loading. Oh, it could be because when I added that link to my link tree, I didn't actually have like a handle on my YouTube yet. It was just like Caroline Thompson Virtual, whatever, like a big long link. And now I changed it to @WebDesignCaroline. So that is why, because I forgot to update the link. But thank you for bringing that to my attention. Can you show me that again, how to add scents like that? Yes, I will show it again. I also, like I mentioned before, I have tutorials just like this where I share my screen and I show how to do everything in my Shopify course for beginners that goes through how to do everything super in depth for beginners that goes through how to do everything super in depth because I got tired of when I was learning Shopify a couple years ago, I could not find tutorials like that just walked you through how to do everything. So that's why I created some. Because I know that's what people need sometimes. Like me when I was learning. But yes, I will go back and show that again. What throws people off, I think, is because they call them variants. And so basically, when you're on your product, you're adding a new product listing, you'll scroll down. It's pretty much all the way at the bottom. There's a section that says variants, and you'll click add variants. And I know if you're new to the business world, like people don't know what that means. So I think that's why it throws people off. They don't know how to get to it. Okay, well, while that's loading. Okay. Let me flip the camera. Okay, so I created this test product. Basically, so it'll look like it's not there. Okay, so basically this, down at the very bottom, underneath the shipping, it'll say variants, and here you can click add options like size or color. And here you can add everything is loading so slowly. Where is my... Am I losing my mind? I can't find where the social media links on here are. It doesn't help that everything I click on takes 5 minutes to load. I just got this new lip stuff. I really like it. Summer Fridays lip balm. Where? I feel like I'm losing my mind of where to link the social medias. I never check stuff on my own website to see if it's like linked correctly because I'm never like on my own website. I'm always on somebody else's website. So my website usually takes the back burner. So it's nice when somebody points out, hey, this link doesn't take me anywhere. I was like, just the other day, I updated my portfolio on my website, like my previous work I've done, previous websites I've done, because I hadn't done that in a long time. So now my portfolio page is new and updated. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this later. Now it's not loading. My hair is pretty crazy. Does anybody have any other questions? Does it do anything if I like? Oh no, am I losing connection? Yeah, does anybody have any other questions? Y'all had some really good questions. Okay, updated the YouTube link. Let me make sure all those other links work. Okay, Facebook works. Okay, cool. We should be. Okay, now it's working. Well, all right. If I answered everybody's questions, then I will hop off here. I saw some contact forms come through, so I'm going to be checking those, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Y'all had some great questions. I enjoy answering them. Thank y'all for 10,000 followers. I can't believe I hit 10,000. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. If anybody, I guess somebody asked earlier, so I'll do it. I'll save this live and upload it to my YouTube, and so that should be there within the next couple of days. It takes a long time to upload. I might have to do it whenever I get back to my house where the connection is a little bit better, so I'm not taking up everybody else's Wi-Fi speed. But I will upload it onto YouTube so you guys can watch this back. Everything else is at the link in my bio, the link to my Shopify course, the link to contact me, my website where you can look up information